What if you went to grab your morning coffee, your pasta, your peanut butter, and the shelf was just empty? Not because of a storm or a panic, but because the supply quietly collapsed months before anyone noticed. Right now, 9 everyday foods are disappearing from store shelves, and most people have no idea it's already happening. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your grocery store the same way again. Subscribe right now, because this information won't stay quiet forever. Food number 1. Coffee. Let's start with the one that'll hurt most emotionally. Brazil lost 1/3 of its crop to devastating frosts that shouldn't be happening, but are. Vietnam's drought-stricken fields can't produce enough. Colombia battles excessive rain and labor strikes simultaneously. The coffee belt, that narrow equatorial zone where coffee grows, is being destroyed by climate chaos. Wholesale prices jumped 70% in 18 months. That $8 bag now costs $11, soon $15. Distribution managers admit they're getting allocated. Not enough supply to fill orders. Morning coffee isn't just comfort anymore. It's becoming a luxury. Smart people are buying 60 pounds now, storing it in airtight containers with oxygen absorbers, because 6 months from now, today's prices will look like a bargain. Food number 2. Canned fish. Tuna, salmon, sardines, mackerel, all disappearing faster than anyone admits publicly. Ocean temperatures are changing migration patterns. Overfishing regulations are tightening. Wild salmon runs declining year after year. Processing plants running at 70% capacity because workers simply aren't there. That dollar can of tuna? Now $2.50 and climbing toward $4. 3 stores checked last week, all with reduced selections, entire varieties completely gone. Here's why this matters. Canned fish is survival food. 25 grams of protein per can, 0 preparation needed, lasts 5 years on the shelf. When emergencies hit, canned fish becomes gold. Stocking 120 cans means 120 ready-to-eat high-protein meals sitting safely while everyone else scrambles. Food number 3. Pasta. Nobody sees this coming until it's gone. Durum wheat, the specific type for quality pasta, comes mostly from North Dakota and Montana. Last year's severe drought destroyed yields. Lower protein content in surviving wheat means manufacturers need more to produce the same quality. Transportation costs exploded 42% for trucking alone. Cardboard shortages slow production lines because there aren't enough boxes. That $1.29 pound of pasta, now consistently over $2, pushing $2.50 in some stores. Some people shrug at 50 cents, but multiply that across a year of feeding a family, hundreds of dollars evaporating. Keeping 100 pounds of various pasta shapes costs around $200, but provides months of meals at today's prices, while tomorrow's climb higher. Food number 4. Butter. This one blindsided even the experts. It's not a milk shortage. There's plenty of milk. The problem cuts deeper. Manufacturers make more profit selling cream for specialty cheese, ice cream, and coffee products than converting it to butter. When costs rise, butter production gets cut first. Processing plants struggling with labor shortages reduced throughput by 15% this year alone. Stores are getting allocated. They're ordering 100 units, receiving 67. Last winter, butter hit $7 per pound. Some watched in shock. Others bought at $3.50 the previous summer and smiled. Butter freezes perfectly for a year with 0 quality loss. 40 pounds in the freezer isn't hoarding. It's refusing to play a rigged game. Food number 5. Canned tomatoes. California grows 95% of America's processing tomatoes, and California's water allocation crisis just became permanent. Not temporary. Permanent structural changes. Farmers getting 60% less water means 50% less planting. One farmer, one field, multiply across thousands. Production collapsed. Grocery chains ordering 100 cans, receiving 67, and it worsens monthly. Mexican imports hit with tariffs that make them economically unviable. The backbone of home cooking, chili, soups, stews, pasta sauce, disappearing while people scroll past thinking there's always more. That 99-cent can now costs $1.49, a 50% jump in 6 months. 3 stores visited last weekend had noticeably thinner tomato sections, some varieties completely gone. Keeping 100 cans costs $80, but represents countless meals. Food number 6. Cooking oils. Ukraine and Russia produced massive amounts of sunflower oil. The war obliterated that supply overnight. Global markets scrambled to replace millions of gallons using soybean, canola, and palm oil, but those were already stretched thin. Indonesia and Malaysia face palm oil production issues. Argentina's soybean drought devastated yields. Now add this nightmare. Oils are diverted to biodiesel production when fuel prices spike because it's more profitable than feeding people. Regular vegetable oil jumped from $3 to $8. Olive oil that was $12 now pushes $25. Procurement managers admit cooking oil is one of the hardest categories to stock. 30 gallons across different types costs around $200, but sits there, stable, ready. Food number 7. Rice. India banned rice exports to protect domestic supply, removing millions of tons from global markets instantly. Thailand, Vietnam, and Pakistan can't fill that gap. American production struggles with water shortages in California and Arkansas. Fertilizer and fuel costs up 38%, while farmer payments stagnate. That $15 bag of rice now exceeds $22. Premium varieties doubled outright. This isn't panic buying fear. This is production collapse meeting increased demand with no solution visible. 300 pounds stored properly. White rice for decades-long storage, brown for nutrition, jasmine and basmati for variety and morale, costs serious money up front, but becomes priceless when rice sections thin out and prices climb weekly while families wonder how they missed the warnings. Food number 8. Peanut butter. Something so basic, so American, so reliable, disappearing. Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Texas grow most U.S. peanuts. Excessive rain during harvest ruined significant portions last year. Wet peanuts develop aflatoxin, a toxic mold. Those peanuts get destroyed, not processed. Reduced supply meets diverted supply. Peanuts increasingly go to peanut oil production because oil prices make it more profitable. Processing plants battle labor costs. Major brands are on allocation. Store managers can't get full orders. 2 tablespoons deliver 200 calories and 8 grams protein. No refrigeration required. Lasts 2 years unopened. Versatile beyond measure. 40 pounds costs $130. 26 jars standing between normalcy and desperation when everything else fails or disappears completely. Food number 9. Canned beans. Black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, chickpeas, all facing the same perfect storm. North Dakota drought reduced yields dramatically. Canning facilities running maximum capacity, competing for limited processing time across all product lines. Aluminum can shortages affect everything. Labor-intensive bean processing struggles with worker shortages. Procurement specialists report 70% fill rates. Order 10 cases, receive 7. 80-cent cans now $1.69, organic pushing $3. Canned beans are shelf-stable protein requiring minimal preparation. Open, heat, eat. Complete meals from chili to soups to burritos. 200 cans across varieties costs $280, but represents 200 protein-packed meals sitting secure, while stores struggle, prices climb, and availability becomes uncertainty. 10 cans every shopping trip isn't panic, it's pattern recognition. If this information opened your eyes, smash that like button and subscribe for what mainstream sources won't cover. Comment below. Which food are you stocking first? How many did you already have?